and welcome to this presentation. For the next 20 minutes, we are going to talk about how to solve the competency challenge within cooling and heating. And maybe more correct, it should have been sustainable cooling and heating. So, I'm the CMO of Advancer. Is it working now?
No, yeah.
Is it okay now?
Hey.
Back? Good. Good. At Advancer, we are designing and producing the world's best CO2 climate solutions. We have been in a transition from producing pure refrigeration wax till climate solutions combining the cold and the hot. So what I'll take you through today is a little about the status within the cooling and heating, trends and challenges, and then solutions, how can we solve some of the challenges that we are facing. And there are, of course, many solutions to this challenge, but my main focus will be on what can we do as a manufacturer to solve some of the challenges. We can always do a lot of things, but I like to stay within our own circle of influence. I think that we can all agree that we are facing a great challenge here with skilled workers on site. If we want to speed up the green transition, we need more skilled people on site. Then you can say, but do we really need the green transition? Could we just not keep on doing what we're doing? But if you look at the consumer demands, all new young people, they want sustainable products. End user demands, they're increasing. They want EcoVadis applications, they want the sustainability reports. All the demands are increasing all the times. Even the investors are looking at sustainability as a way to invest. If you're looking for new people, they want to work within sustainable companies, within sustainable products. And finally, also the regulatory demands are now increasing, so that we have a lot of EU regulation now also demanding more sustainability reporting. If you just take a look at the regulations within refrigeration, you can here see that it actually already started in 1987. If you look into the refrigerants for cooling and heating, no matter what you need to move, cold or hot, you will need a refrigerant. And the legislation is now really coming to where you just need to use natural refrigerants. It started in 1987 with a lot of good intentions and protocols, but now we are down to really having pure demands on sustainability. And we are phasing out F-gases now. And it's going, as you can see on the red curve here, it's actually being more and more aggressive.
Go ahead.
And then another factor that we need to take into account when we talk about cooling and heating is that we really need to stop burning things to stay warm. I think most of us can agree that we need to phase out fossil fuels, that it causes pollution, acid rain, but then still a lot of places we are burning things like wood and straw to stay warm. But still, that also causes a lot of particle pollution, and the carbon emissions are even 2 times higher than when using a gas. So I think that hopefully we can agree that the challenges are that we really need sustainable products, solutions, but we also need more skilled workers on site to help this green transition. So how can we do that? And I think as a manufacturer, we need to take responsibility. Of course, we can always talk about what should the governments do, what should politicians do, what should the schools do, but I actually think that we can do something as manufacturer also. First of all, I think that we need to be aware that we can combine the cold and hot. Instead of producing a lot of boxes producing the cold, a lot of boxes producing air conditioning, we need to make all these separate systems into one common solution. Simply reuse the excess heat from the cooling process to generate heating, even if it's for process heating or for store heating or wherever you need it, space heating. Once you do that, you will have a lot less installations on site, and that, of course, minimizes installation time and how many people you need to do the installation. It will minimize that you don't need gas or oil boilers. It will minimize that you don't need the aircon systems, and you can install it in a really short period of time, and even maintenance will also be less. So you both decrease the capex and the opex at the same time as you get sustainable solutions. Here is an example how you can do it in a supermarket, where you take the freezing and the cooling, and then you use the excess heat to heat up the store or for hot tap water. What we also need to consider as manufacturers is to make much more plug and play. The more plug and play we make, the less we need to do on site. For instance, if we have a heat pump, here you see a heat pump with a chiller function. This means that this can produce cooling and heating at the same time. Of course, it's based on the natural refrigerant CO2. Again, if you have one box, including the machine house, evaporators, and everything, then you can transport that unit directly on site and connect it to the existing piping. Of course, as manufacturers, we need to be sure that we also design for the existing building mass, and that means that we need to consider temperatures, profiles for all building mass. But it is possible to build in a factory and then place it on site. These units, they are installed in one day. And I think if you know other heat pump systems, it can take up to 3 weeks to install a heat pump. But if you do it in one unit, then it's pretty easy to install on site. Then we need to be sure that we produce as much as possible in the factories. The better we can help on site. It's both faster, it's more safe, and it gives also a higher quality. You can also do all the testing in the factory. Then you can also much better distribute what do you need. Do you need a skilled worker, or could you maybe also use unskilled workers for some of the tasks? Then the last thing about solutions for manufacturers is, and I think that's also one of the most important things, is the training. We need to take responsibility and help train, if it's plumbers or refrigeration technicians or whoever it is, we need to help. At Advance, we train more than 15,000 people every year. And the aim is that we don't want to sell maintenance or service or spare parts. We really just want to sell cooling and heating in a good manner, so that people can do it in as less time as possible. So what we do is in order to do all these trainings, we start with online trainings where people can sign up online. Then they can come to the training center at our factory for 2 days. Then we do the commissioning on site, where we also include training of the people who are at the contractor site. And finally, we have a lot of technical support via YouTube with a lot of videos. If we just dig into those 4, the online technical trainings, it's really important, I think, if you do trainings for customers, then do it in a structured manner to be sure that you capture as many as possible. So we have a really strict system where we have 9 modules online spring, 9 modules online for autumn, just like, when you order any other course or school training. It's available in 7 languages, and it can be any topic from commissioning, energy efficiency, refrigerants, how to install a heat pump, etc. They are 45 minutes and in local languages, so it's important also, I think, that there is a person there. So it's live trainings, it's just not recorded trainings. So you get the chance to ask questions also during the trainings. Then the same, when we bring people to the training facilities, then it's for 2 days. And now we assume that they have the online technical training, so they have some kind of basic knowledge. And then we can go in depth, and they can try to more or less get their hands dirty in the training center. But again, 7 languages and structured according to languages and modules. Then the on-site technical training. Here also to get the most out of the time on-site, to make sure that we don't need so many skilled workers. We do a pre-commissioning, so we make sure that when our technicians, they get on site, everything is ready, and they can basically start the commissioning. And then when we do the commissioning, we also train the people on site at the same time to be sure to optimize their time and that they can do it themselves for the next time. So often we get between 2 to 10 people trained at the same time, and then they can do it the next time. Then I think it's possible to make a lot of small YouTube videos. What we do is we have a concept called how to do with CO2. They're always available. It can be simple things of how to pre-charge or oil, or how to replace filters.
Yeah.
So in order to train as many people as possible, and I think that we need to do this as manufacturers, we need to do it in a structured way. And this is why the way we do it, at least, is that we have these spring programs, autumn programs, and we always have them available for 1 year at a time, because then we ensure that if people cannot make it for spring, then they can make it for autumn. We do all masters in English, and then we have localized so that we have local trainers doing it in all the other languages, but based on the same materials to save time. And then we have made a really automated flow. So people sign up online, they get the confirmations online, get reminders automatically, and if they don't attend the training, then they will get the recorded version as well. So basically, what I think is that we have three different solutions as a manufacturer. It's to make more combined solutions, combining cooling, freezing, air conditioning, and heating. That we need to do to make it easier, faster on site. Then we need to make more plug-and-play solutions, again, to make it faster on site. And then we need to help with the training. We cannot only rely on the schools to do that. So if you're interested or you got curious, then you are all welcome to sign up at advance.com for technical trainings. That's basically what I had. So we have time for questions. If anyone has questions. Yeah. Unification, it means that we need to do more in the factories to do as OEM. Does it make sense? Yeah, how should I explain that? You have an on-site, I think the refrigeration industry came from doing a lot of components and buildings on-site, but we need to take it into the factories and then assemble all the components and all the stuff inside the factories. That's at least what I mean with it. Yeah. Yeah.
12 online, 1 out, 1. I don't need to work.
Anyone can basically join. Yeah, if you go into online, then you can choose the language and all the modules, and then you can sign up. And anyone can do it. And yeah, we know that sometimes a competitor join, but that's how it is. We want to make it as available as possible, and that's the most important thing. But if you go to the training center, that's for customers only. Actually, also a lot of schools uses our modules, and also we send it out to all the schools. So they also sign up for online, their students. Help. It's free. Yeah. Good. Any other questions? Good. Great. How what?
No.
Attract talent by having a sustainable mission. Basically, it is what we can see, that especially the young people, they are attracted by helping, saving the world, even in our factory. If I go and interview some of the workers, they say that it's really important to me that my children can grow up in a good world. So it is by walking the talk. Yeah. Good. That's basically all. Thank you.